All right, guys, it's Thursday, September 7th. Markets are down big. A lot of it has to do with Apple. So I'm glad we gave a warning yesterday on the markets and shorted a little bit more. Apple's down like 7, 8% in 2 days. This is a takedown. And I'll tell you the story of why in just a second. What is that? 14 divided by 190. Wow. 14 divided by 190. Apple's down 7% in 2 days. Probably one of its biggest 2 day drops maybe ever. I don't know. They have a big drop here, but in any case, what's happening is China released Huawei, I think it's called Huawei. Anyway, a new iPhone is a new phone, a smartphone released in China with high speed data, and China is basically banning Apple phones and government organizations saying you have to buy this new Huawei phone, Huawei. I don't know how you pronounce it. So Apple faces new challenge in China. So I wasn't totally on top of it. Then today it kind of accelerated in terms of the ban spreading to other parts of the economy, where you'll have to use this Hawaii phone instead of this iPhone. So Apple taken down. Now the overall indices were already weak, right? We talked about how this move over the 50 DMA was really kind of fake on QQQ SPY, right? And we saw that with the equal weight QQQ, equal weight SPY. And now look at that. Now we're back under the 50 DMA, and everything is now clearly bearish. It was already kind of bearish. You had to look under the hood. Now it's even more clearly bearish and not looking good. Let me just see if we can come up with some targets. I want to see how financials are doing. Financials are going down. This could be an ugly month. So let's take a look at QQQ. We're at 370. At this point, well, you got a little bit of support here at the 20 DMA 368. If we break that, then we can revisit that around 358 level. Right around there, 350, 350 to 358 level on QQQ. And on SPY, we're below the 20 DMA, it looks like. And if that continues, we can test 434 or so. Oh, yeah, that previous low. Remember that? So things are not looking good overall indice level, but there are a few bright spots, stuff we're trading, we're focused on here. And looks like the top 4 or 5 are going to be AREB, ASXC, GNSS, SMR, maybe PSQH. It's on watch. All right, so let's dig into those catalysts and see what's going on. AREB, okay, this has always been like a Trump stock that gets people had wanted it to be a Trump stock with like to get the DWAC sentiment and the DWAC premium and the rum premium. So people have wanted that. Hasn't really exploded. It's had a couple cases in the past where it's had some big pops you can see here, but mostly because this is like a low float reverse split play that everyone jumped on when they announced a reverse split. But in terms of basically the reason it's been on that list is because they claim to be like a, patriotic vendor, just like PSQH, right? PSQH claims to be like America first or whatever it is, like MAGA supporters should shop at PSQH. So AREB's the same thing. And one of the main things they sell is safes, okay? Gun safes. And there's been a lot of controversy yesterday in the news that there's some gun safe company, I forgot the name of it, but one of the leading biggest gun safe companies, apparently the right-wing crowd is upset that they shared a code with the FBI to get into someone's personal safe. And now everyone's saying, ban it, ban it, ban it, like culture cancel ban, like they did with Budweiser, right? So that's trending all over Twitter. And lo and behold, what do we have? This is like the only close pure play safe company that's an alternative to that, and everyone's social media is like, let's look for another safe company. And AREB yesterday, right after the close, they put something out that their Champion Safe brand, they own Champion Safe, bombarded with calls from dealers and customers about the Liberty Safe breach. Okay, so that's the sentiment. That's the tailwind that's driving the stock up. Now, before we get into the technicals, just a reminder, this is a very high risk company. They're probably going to do an offering at some point, especially if the stock pops big today. You might get an offering tomorrow or even tonight if you have a huge move in the stock. So just be aware of all that. Now, that being said, let's look at the chart. Looks great right now. Let's look at the technical levels. You have the main things I like to look at. 20 DMA is at about 112. I believe it was 112. Okay, it's above the 20 DMA. And then your 50 DMA is at 170. But before 170, you have resistance at 140. Let me see. I found the 140 here. It was the bottom of these candles. See, the bottom of these candles used to be support right here. That's at about 140. So there it is, 140. You see that? So it actually did hit 140 and pull back. So that's your resistance one. It hit 140, pulled back. Okay, so next target, 140. If it hits it, during the day. It'll probably pull back there first, and then hopefully come back and break it, and then move towards 175 at the 50 DMA, or let's call it at 170. It actually dropped. It was 175. It was 160. Let's call it 165 to 175 would be your target. And then your supports here, 112 is a level, but also 115. There was a lot of support in after hours last night. Also 120, a lot of support. So like 112 through 125, there's a lot of support, 112 to 125. And I think if you're trading this today, that's your entry area is 112 to 125, and your sell area is like 138, 139, right below the 140 target through like 170. Okay, so that's the plan for us. We are playing this, and we're trying to do that. We're trying to buy in those ranges, 112 to 125, and sell 140 to 170 ish. Okay, outside shot. This is already record volume. Oh my gosh, 6.27 million shares back here. It was 6.9 million shares. Look what it did last time. The stock almost doubled, from bottom to peak. So there's an outside shot here. You do break this 50 DMA and make a move to something crazy. So we might hold on to some shares here at that resistance, or maybe sell their breaks, buy back on the break or something like that. For a possible move to like $3-4. That's not entirely out of the cards on AREB. All right. That's the number one pick for the day. All right. Not something that's an investment, not something you want to swing for days, although it's possible it runs for days, but I wouldn't recommend it. Okay. Really more of a day trade on AREB, number one pick. All right. ASXC. Now, this one's very interesting because we've had multiple conversations on this with our friend Tony in the community. This is the company trying to compete with Intuitive Surgical, and they had this Karl Storz partner. And then today, NVIDIA partnership. NVIDIA, can you believe it? Now, one of the things to look for, like when people say, oh, we're in a partnership with some bigger company, a lot of times they're just using their technology in an open source way, and it's available to everyone. But in this case, it is some sort of actual partnership. They're not just buying their chips and that's it. And why do I say that? Because NVIDIA actually commented on this press release. Where is it? Here we go. All right. So if you go down here, you'll see the comment from NVIDIA. The healthcare industry, and in particular digital surgery, is becoming one of the largest data generating industries. NVIDIA brings a domain-specific full-stack edge AI computing platform called Holoscan to medtech and innovators looking to optimize real-time data, blah, 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 said who? Director of Healthcare Business Development of NVIDIA. Okay. And if you look up here, this looks like it's like a sales pitch from NVIDIA. They want to sell it to other medtech companies. But also, if you look as part of this collaboration, both companies will have early access to relevant product roadmaps, fostering synergistic development. Furthermore, Census and NVIDIA plan to jointly define innovative business models. Okay, so this is clearly more than them just using NVIDIA chips. It is an actual partnership, which is validation for the technology, right? We already have the Karl Storz validation, but we were waiting for some sort of more definitive deal, and they're going to invest in the company. I'm not sure if that ever happened, but now we have validation about their technology from NVIDIA. So I think ASXC has strong sentiment tailwinds today, and the dips can be bought. All right, that's just generally speaking. All right, which is why it's on our list. Now, when you look at the levels, you're gapping above the 50 DMA. Look, I guess it's always possible. I've been fooled many times, actually, where, all right, the gap this has got to hold in NVIDIA news, but then you get like a gap fill, it goes to like 30 cents, and like, oh my God, you get shaken out. Then right at the gap fill, it just explodes and then goes past your 41 cents. Like that's the stock market has been crazy recently. So that's always a possibility. So manage your risk and figure out how you want to play that in case it does have crazy action like that. But in any case, the 50 DMA, if it does hold, then that's your support for the day. And then I think your first target will be up here at these candles. These candles here used to be support, so about 45, 46 cents. And then you get a gap right here. That gap is after that. If we break 45, 46, and you have 50 cents and then 54 cents after that. And that's about it. I wouldn't be pushing for more than 54 cents today. That's going to be the top level of my greed on this today if it goes there. All right. So that's ASXC. By the way, part of the reason that is because they did an offering recently, a $10 million offering. Let's go down here and look at this. Wait, there it is. 10 million registered offering with, check this out, 23.8 million warrants at 42 cents. Okay. So 23.8 million warrants at 42 cents. That's a free call option to the upside for the institutions that participated in that. So I bet you a lot of this price action here are shorting it down because they have the free call option. It's no risk to them. If the stock goes up over 42 cents, right, they'll just cover, they'll just exercise the warrants and they'll cover, and that's it. So, there could be a lot of pressure to keep this below 42 cents. You'll need a lot of volume to break above 42 cents. And then, and that's one of the other reasons that I don't want to necessarily be a hero on this. So I guess that's another resistance level to think of at 42 cents because of the warrant overhang. All right. So we had back-to-back days of news on GNSS. So GNSS yesterday, they won Boston. They won a Boston contract. And then today, U.S. military, they got a U.S. military contract for $1.6 million. They're getting a lot of contracts recently. On a conference call, they said, we got a new state. We don't know which state that is. Then like a week or so later, they lost Florida, but they got Boston. They got Boston, and now they got U.S. military. But I think this is this a reorder or a new? It looks like it's new, actually. I thought he used my strengthens commitment. Okay, it says strengthens. It means they're pre-existing customer. New long-range acoustic orders. So it's not just a renewal. They're probably a pre-existing customer. Then now they're buying more stuff. Okay, so that's good news on GNSS. So I'm going to continue holding this swing. Again, you have the tailwind of what's going on in Hawaii. Just a damn shame they lost Florida. Otherwise, it would be over $4 right now. So I don't really particularly have a target on this one. I mean, you have the top of this 393. Maybe those are places you want to lighten the load, but this is starting to look like a good long-term hold, GNSS. Okay. SMR. So, uranium has been on fire lately, and SMR hasn't participated because it's not directly uranium. And they still have a lot of capital investment to do until they make money building these small modular reactors. But this morning there was some news, and I couldn't find the full news. But anyway, Chubu Electric, and I did look up Chubu Electric. They're the third largest utility in Japan. They're acquiring shares in SMR. Now, I don't know, are they doing that through the open market? I don't know the details of this, but they're doing it from government-owned Japan Bank. This is all I found, too. Like, I tried looking for the full release. I'm sure it's out there. Just in the limited time I had this morning, I couldn't find the full release. But they're acquiring shares in SMR to show their commitment that they want to build small modular reactors, the utility company in Japan. So that's really, really good for sentiment. And there may be a catch-up trade here. All those uranium bulls, remember, URNM exploding, and UUUU, and CCJ, which ended up like going green despite the, the mining shortfall. Like really, really hot sector. SMR hasn't participated. So I think SMR has a chance to really outperform and shine today. But it's not like an inflection point thing because they're going to have to keep raising money. It's going to be a long time until they're profitable. So, it's not like, oh my gosh, that's an inflection point. Boom, we're going back to 14. No, this is just kind of a trade for the day. Okay. So we're at $6 here. Nasty little chart. So I don't know. Honestly, you got pre-market resistance here at 615. That's one level to maybe sell at. You got support being your gap here for yesterday, like 584, 590. I would really think that these levels will hold. You're not going red today after, you haven't participated in uranium, and now you got this utility in Japan saying they want to own shares. I don't see how you go red. All right. So I think these are buying opportunities here. 585 to 590 are buying opportunities, and then maybe you could sell up there in the 610 to 615 range. And you never know. Maybe it just keeps going to 630 and breaks it out. We've been surprised like that before. Okay, 20 DMA here is at 637. So maybe that'll be the highest I'll push it. Max Greed scale on SMR. All right. So that's the story with SMR. PSQH on watch in case it moves in sympathy with the story we talked about on the safes and AREB. Because PSQH, that's really that's what they're supposed to be doing. Honestly, I don't know. They should have a press release. They should be reaching out to AREB and saying, all right, we're bringing on AREB into our platform. If you download public SQ, now you can buy safes from AREB and other vendors who, won't give your passcode up to the FBI. I don't know if that's true, by the way. A lot of this, by the way, I think might be BI. I don't know if they have a choice. I don't know if there was a subpoena or what. But in any case, PSQH on watch. GameStop, let's just look at this briefly. See, my issue with this is, all right, I quickly did a trade on this last night because they beat pretty big. Okay. They almost went to break even. They were supposed to lose 14 cents. They only lost 3 cents and they beat on revenue. Okay. So the problem is I'm just not in a position because I didn't listen to the conference call. So I don't know what the guidance is. And I don't see anything about guidance in the headlines. So unfortunately, and this may be a great buying opportunity. I just didn't have the time. If you guys know something about GameStop and if you listen to the conference call, if you know what their guidance is, that's going to be really important to determining if this is a buy or not. If I had nothing else to play today, if I had nothing else to play and all I had to go on was that they switched to getting close to break even, then I would say this is buyable on the dips at the 20 DMA, like 1850, 1847. I said, okay, I'll take a chance on that just based on that information. But I can't give you high confidence, and that's just I couldn't get to it. Sorry, guys. So in any case, if it is good news, you're going to support that. You're going to hold the 20 DMA, and you'll get a little bit of resistance up here at the top of yesterday's candle, 1915. And who knows, could go to 2021. It did it last night, by the way. It went to like 2150 last night. But yeah, I'm just not in a position, unfortunately, to give good guidance on that. All right, now there was other news out. IBM AI news, AI Watson. You remember we used to say IBM's a good sleeper play on the AI theme. I actually have a little bit in my IRA because of that. I discovered the Watson AI theme. So IBM advances Watson X AI and data platform with tech preview. So you can look at that. It's been doing probably one of the best big cap tech stocks here with less volatility, just moving on up here from 120 to 150. So maybe that's going to have a move today. Tough to play it with Apple and the QQQ crashing, though. All right. LAP had a little bit of nice news this morning. Actually, very nice news, but the thing's not going to move until people are confident they don't need to raise money. They're saying they're going to be able to roll out their satellites within 30 days. Like, that's crazy. Okay. You order a satellite. Okay. So, but in any case, it's just, just based on the price action, it's just not going to go. It's just not going to go until the market gets confidence that they don't need to raise money. Okay. All right. That's LAP. There was earnings on CTLP. It looked like mostly inline report, but it's down 5%. There was DocGo yesterday crashed on not getting a New York City contract and bounced back yesterday. These are all Chris Tuttle stocks. I didn't get confirmation. We usually meet with him Wednesday. So CTLP, DocGo, and YXT also. He knows about YXT. YXT had earnings. This one's down sharply, and I'm surprised because they actually beat. So why is it down? They actually beat and raised, but it was a modest beat and raise. And the only explanation I'm seeing here, Benzinga put something out, or Dow Jones put something out. Why is it tumbling? And basically they're saying because they didn't blow it out of the water. There's an AI stock. You're supposed to blow out of the water. A small beat, even a small raise, not good enough. Let's just punish the heck out of it. But it seems like I don't know. I mean, this is the big AI move. You see here from like 9 to 15. So we're like not at 15 anymore, right? So what's the exuberance they want to take out of the stock? It could be because the market's just really bearish right now. Because now you're looking at 40 cents, I believe, or 30 cents. They upgraded their EPS for 2024 to 30 cents. Yeah, to 30 cents from 28 cents. 29 from 28. So they increased their EPS from 28 cents to 29.5 cents. If you do the PE on that, it is still a little bit richly valued. In a bull market, this will be doing well, but in a bear market, maybe that's why it's down. So EXT, maybe we'll catch up with Chris later today. And we'll talk EXT, DocGo, CTLP. All right, AI had earnings, and similar to EXT, I don't think they missed. Let me see. I think it was mostly in line. See, stock falls despite solid quarter and guidance. This is another sign, kind of like what we saw after NVIDIA. This is another sign that the market's really bearish now. Like if you're not crushing, right? If you're not crushing it, yeah, I'm looking at the numbers here. Yeah, they beat. They beat on EPS. They raised revenue. If you're just not crushing it, you're going down. That's a bad sign for the market. All right. So AI, YXT being followed down. All right. So that's it. Overstock's been a nightmare. All right. We talked about that to death, and maybe we'll come back to it later, maybe a long-term hold. Maybe they get back up there after the quarter results, but we'll see. For now, for today, look at Apple keep on going down. Wow, what a nightmare. But for today, it's really AREB, ASXC, GNSS, and SMR. I got 4. Okay, 4 higher confidence picks. We're going to try to maybe take off some of our ancillary positions and focus on those 4 today. All right. Have a great day, everyone. I'll let you know. Monitor your app for notifications. I don't know when Chris Tuttle is going to be scheduled. And also, we got to schedule in. Everyone's just been so busy with the crazy market. We got to schedule in Chris Tuttle and also Rex from Rockspear Trading. So stay tuned for updates on that.